don't judge me for my ACU pants. These are customs. ACU has a little bit of a sentimental value to me because this is the camo pattern that I wore when I first joined the military. So I know everybody always hated it. I hated it all the way up until like we got rid of it and started wearing like multicam, and then I started to like love it and miss it. Um, but yeah, so I'm probably gonna be like the only person you ever see in something like something like these. There are prototypes on the internet though. There are people like selling like because Cry did make these, but they like prototyped them and they never actually released them. So there's a few pair like floating around, and people are selling these for like $1,000. Probably not because they're ACU, but because they were prototypes that never came out, so they were like pretty rare. Some people did use them in the military, but not every. This is a Scar 15. I don't know why they decided to release it the way that they did, but that was a terrible release. When they first came out with this, probably like a year and a half ago, probably almost two, it looked nothing like it. You wouldn't imagine like you could probably make it like this. You know, I saw it, I wanted it, bought it, never used it. Like this thing sat underneath my bed for the entire time I had it. I just wanted it to grab it before they like potentially sold out, and not a lot of people bought them anyway. You didn't see a lot of people carrying these because they decided to release it in 5.56, which was like a huge mistake. I don't know like who runs things at FN, but maybe they know things a little bit better than I do. But I don't know why they decided to release this in 5.56. They should have definitely released this in like 300 Blackout or something like that, but they didn't, and we're here. But I wanted to grab it before it potentially sold out, or you know, it was going to be hard to get. And they decided to release these at the same price point as a regular Scar, 16, 17, and possibly 20, for like over $3,000. Why they decided to do that, I have no idea. That was like the worst business move, cash grab, I don't know, I've ever seen. But to put this on the market for above $3,000 in the configuration that they sold it in, which is basically the same as all the other versions, nothing's really changed on it except for the barrel length. That was kind of insane. You're actually getting way significantly less for the same price, which is weird. I don't know, but you know, I still bought it because, like I said, I always wanted a short barrel Scar, but this was like the fastest, quickest way to do it without having to go through the process of getting like a tax stamp and something like that. So I bought it like this, and it just sat there, and then it dawned on me. I was actually going to SBR this thing. So I had my UGG boot ready to go, which by the way, these are like sold out everywhere on the internet. It's kind of like crazy that you can't find these anywhere. But yeah, I managed to get one, and I'm probably not gonna use it because I probably am still gonna SBR it, but I'm gonna still have it like this with a Magpul stock on it. This is a Magpul brace, which is essentially the same thing except for it's a brace, and you still get the ability to fold it over like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't want something like this? Why wouldn't you want to own a Scar in this configuration built out just like this? Like, I can't imagine a Scar any other way. Got the Parker Mountain Machine Magpul modified pistol grip on there. If you're gonna have a range toy, why not have something like this? You can even still carry this. Like, come on, like for the average shooter out there that's like, you know, not really in the short barrel guns, like why wouldn't you want to have this? Like you can still find some use for this. This can be the most expensive backpack gun or bedside gun that you could own, and like, yes, it's absurd. You know, $3,600 for this is absurd just by itself, but you know what I mean? Like, it's worth it. I think, I've seen them on some website too for like $2,000. So the price has dropped crazy on it. Like, if you want to drop a couple grand on a Scar for $2 grand, I would honestly buy this. I would literally go buy this for $2,000. You can't beat something like this. And there's companies out there that make custom Scar barrels, I guess, because I could potentially convert this into a 300 blackout, and then there you go. Um, I think they should have did that. They do have a 300 blackout version, but it's like for law enforcement only or something like that. And I don't even think law enforcement still bought it because it was just like Scar has been out for so. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't just do this in the first place. Come out with something so simple like this. Yeah, it has its faults and stuff like that, but I think in this configuration, you can't go wrong with this. Like, come on now. Like, look at this. This is crazy. This even looks like, and the reason why I made this, I was going for this anyway. There's two reasons why I was going for this, and probably gonna get killed for this, but I don't care. The only reason why I was desperately obsessed with like a short barrel Scar is because I seen it on a video game called The Division, and it had the AR stock on it, and I'm just like, I have to have a Scar in this configuration with an AR stock on it, and I was obsessed with it. So once I finally figured out, like, hey, once they finally made a Picatinny rail for it, and I didn't even know, like, that's why I sat underneath my bed because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna actually do with it, but there is a AR buffer tube already out for it that you can put on there. But with the Picatinny rail, it makes it so much easier to just take it off and put it on there. And I'm using a SIG stock adapter on there, just like that. They be putting on those MCXs. I put that on there and then just called it a day. And used a Magpul brace on there. Same thing as their Magpul stock. And then there you go. Like you can't go wrong with that. Like I dare somebody to hate on this. And it's a non-reciprocating charging handle. Like look at that. Come on now. Like you can't. I got a magazine somewhere. I don't got a magazine somewhere. But come on, you can't hate on this. Like you cannot not like this in this configuration. Like non-reciprocating charging handle, easy to get to, side charging handle. Like this is everything that the MCX is currently doing right now and just completely destroying the market because they're able to do this. If Scar was doing this, there probably still would be a SIG, but like, come on. Scar would still be competing, and Scar's not really competing. The mini Scar, that's what I like to call it. You can't go wrong with this. So we're gonna do a little money shot of these because I don't feel like y'all seen these good enough. But like, come on, like look at the detail and the quality in these. Like, yes, I'm going to fuck these pants up. So probably spending, $500-$600 on these was insane. But I mean, I'm gonna piss off a lot of people at the range just with the mere sight of ACU is going to piss off so many people. And that's the goal. It's not to look good, it's just to piss people off. Okay, I was going to like edit this into the video, but I figured I'd just like keep recording and just throw it on the back end of this video. This was the magazine well that I was talking about from Parker Mountain Machine. It's not $180 to $200 like I thought it was. It's actually $150. But still, come on. Like, what is it made of? Why is that $150 for that? Is that made out of metal? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go with black. Oh, here we go. Product details. Yeah, it's machined out of aluminum. All right, so maybe, I don't know. But $150 for that? It's a magazine well. Like, come on. Like, you know who else does that too? Magpul does that. And they charge like $100 and something dollars or some crazy amount of money for a magazine well to go on a pistol. Why are they doing that? I don't know. Like, it can't cost that much to machine something like that. And it costs $150, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's kind of insane. Also, I wanted to show this like cool handgun too. This is the kind of stuff that we're going to be showing on here.